Alright, I only want to do a couple more entries because, well, we're getting to the point where I've basically reviewed most of the priority stuff in the Sunday to do. And I have to get past that as the priority stuff, because I'm not really sure I should be jumping into this yet, but whatever. Alright, so Witch in a Dungeon is the next one. It's by Hack and Vera, and just by them? Yep, just by them. A witch is trapped inside a never-ending dungeon. How long can she survive before she succumbs to the dungeon and starts all over again? This game is inspired by Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. There are two ways to play the game. Keyboard controls and touch controls. Interesting. This might be played on the phone. So, up arrow, move up, left arrow, move left, down arrow, move down, right arrow, move right. Wait with W, or rest. A to default attack. S plus arrow equals change direction. So you basically face how you basically want to go, probably. Escape with, open menu. Move menu, up, down, arrows, basically enter, tab, items. Okay, let's just see how this basically plays. We'll go from there. So, is it going to load for me here? Alright, so it looks like we got a game that doesn't work in Firefox, so not a big fan of the fact that it doesn't work in, Mozilla, but whatever. We'll see if it works here. There we go, Witch in a Dungeon. So, you got options, so frame rate, zoom level, display stuff, toggle full screen if you want. About, Dungeon Witch version 1.0. Thing is built with this stuff here. How to play, so basically rehash all this stuff. So W, A, S. Basically you'll need to have a few controls here. It looks like it's actually made more for the phone than it is for the keyboard, but that's fine. So here's the witch maybe. So boop. And I can face this way with that. We killed the skeleton. I gained experience for that. I picked up a strawberry. So there's a bit of an issue basically if you try to play this full screen with the escape key. Basically you're going to pop out like that. How do you open a menu based on touch controls here, I wonder? Tap on floor, tap on ME, default attack, tap on hold on player, tap on player, open menu, whatever. So, items. So we got potion that restores 50 HP. I got mana potion, elixir, magic elixir, strength tonic, strawberry. Well, I don't need to fill myself, so others, options map. So there's a map there if you want. Mission objectives, survive. That's simple enough. There's the help. So you can click on yourself to sort of bring up these options. So I'll basically do that in order to do stuff. How do I use these other attacks, I wonder? See, I can actually use the mouse to click around. That's good to know. Hello? Almost dead. The skeleton died first. Okay, game over, restart. So I click on myself in order to see my stuff here. I can basically do. So it costs you HP to use this stuff here, I guess, maybe. Use tackle on empty square, that's fine. So I tackle you. The enemies can pick up stuff, that's good to know. There's a strength tonic. And the skeleton's coming for me. So you have to face a S. That's unfortunate. I walked in, instead of it, didn't want to walk there, but whatever. So we do have like drain life. So this is range 2. I didn't really need to move, but whatever. But attack, 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 attack. You're done. The player reached level 6. Am I leveling up like over and over again, I wonder? So potion. How do I use items, I wonder? So enter use move, tab set as default move. So items. Okay, I did use the potion there. I'm trying to actually see if we can walk in enemies and what happens, but whatever. There's a strawberry. Interesting how this basically counts as hallway, even though it's next to the room. So the goblin attacked me there. Let's just move back up this way. I think they had an opportunity attack there on me there, so. You can move into monsters if you can face direction on monsters if they're based next to you, that's good to know. Just the way down. There's an enemy up there. You can tell by the red dot. Okay, we're close enough to do a move here. So drain life. Did that work? I'm not sure it worked. So double tap maybe to move. So I healed for free HP there. So basically there's a use of my ability. I tackled a little bit. I'm not sure basically if there's like a safety thing or anything like that, so that could probably be better. That might be the strawberry that was picked up. I just realized that you can wait to serve heal up, by the way, so let's just, you know, press W a few times to heal up this way. I'm guessing this is my citation right here, by the way, so that's slowly going down. I have my abilities right, so move, piercing arrow. Okay, we attacked him at range, and we tackled him. Well, this is working a lot better. It's waiting up a little bit. I mean, the controls could be a little bit better, but it is working. Oh! There's an enemy down here. So maybe I can use my piercing. That sort of worked. Critical hit. And it died. I wonder what happens if like you clear the level, if like, you know, the enemies keep spawning in, I wonder. Or it's like there's like a fixed amount of enemies in order to, you know, see. You picked up a potion, you bastard. I'm not sure, like, you know, the facing is really working as it intended, by the way, but whatever. We'll try the mana thing maybe again, so... I missed him, so I didn't do any damage. And he died. I'm noticing my mana isn't going up, by the way, so only your HP heals up here, not your mana. So just double clicking, heal up this way. Good at face him. That's what I want to do. Whoops, I waited instead of attacked him. Alright, I survived the level. I guess if you explore over here is for hell of it, so... Here's an enemy here. Does it say anything about like facing yourself with like touch controls? So... Tap and hold on player to change direction, maybe? That might be how you basically do it. I'll try that in a bit, but you know. Bull attack, go! Got a strawberry. Let's wait. I'm level 9, by the way, so not sure what level space they do for me, but we're level 9. Maybe to help me like get more HP and stuff like that. I'm not sure if I'm showing up in the thing here, so. Now I will note that there is one issue with this game I'm having, the fact that it's very slow. Movement speed is like, you know, as you can see, like, you know, whee! It's taking me time to get where I need to go. Oh, there's more enemies. I got the feeling that they do spawn in, so. Bull attack. Yeah, so you can face yourself if you hold and click and stuff like that. So that's a thing you can do. It's funny. This game feels like it's better played with the mouse than it's like in the keyboard. Which is not usually the way I feel for these games, but you know, that's fine. Yeah, they're definitely spawning in more enemies, I think, so. We'll attack. One, two, three, four, five. Maybe I can hit him, so. Hello. One, two, three. I missed. What's this weight? Actually, I want to use the item, like, you know, elixir here, I think. This is tested out, so. There we go. There's what the elixir does. So I seem to gain more HP as, like, you know, it kills stuff, by the way, so. You get more, you know, HP and mana as you level up as a D, I guess. Yay, double clicking to heal. Let's just see here. Is it possible to, you know, speed this up a little bit? I don't think frame rate is going to help a little bit, so no, I don't think you can. Proceed. Okay, here's bull attack. I missed. I want to let the enemies get more experience as they, like, you know, progress onward. A slime picked up a strawberry somewhere. So I can definitely see item space on here, by the way, so that's worth noting. That guy's definitely stopped. I missed. That's annoying. I almost feel by the way just clicking once to be, like, you know, enough for HP, but I know why you wouldn't have it that way. Let's get this guy's attention so he has to get closer. I'm not looking the right way. Down you go. So I reached level 11. I now have 32 HP, 38 mana. Okay, let's just see how the food works. I definitely feel like clicking is like, someone's hitting like a tile above me, which is not great, but whatever. Strawberry, so you get about 50%, restore from that, so. Hello, Goblin. Let's go this way. There's a slime up here, I think. Whoop, I just wasted XP. Yeah, definitely, like, someone that's clicking, like, the tile above me, even though I'm not trying to. There's a strawberry wide. We'll try and complete the second level because I think we basically have the gist of like what's basically going on here. If it's just not like a mystery dungeon, there's not a whole lot basically to say about it. Like, it's a mystery dungeon, so that's annoying. Heal up here a little bit. I wonder if like you get more spells as like you progress along because there's only like a few of them and like only one with mana is like drain health, so. Like bullet attack costs health, earthquake costs health, piercing, arrow costs health. You just have the one spell that costs mana, so. I like the idea of like, spells costing you health, but it kind of makes me wonder what the purpose of the mana basically is. If like, they all cost it except for that one. Hello. I think the message log could be a little bit bigger, by the way, but that's just minor thoughts, so to speak. Let's get over here. Nothing in this room, so let's just back up. Back to the room we basically started in. This is all a hallway here, so. I was hoping that they'd line up so I could try to piercing, Oh, maybe I might be able to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So not quite. There we go. Double attack. Whoops. Again, I moved up when I didn't want to, so. I mean, it seems to work as intended, so. There's at least that. There's a strawberry. why not we'll hunt down a little slime, because I feel like it. Heal up here a little bit. Okay, I know what's going on here. It definitely feels, by the way, you shouldn't be aware of like enemies being on the the path in front of you. So whoops, it's going to fight you in melee. I reached level 14. A big problem, by the way, is the fact that because like everything's H2 based, you can heal away a lot of your your troubles. Let's go pick this up. Okay, let's just press W to heal up. I don't know if I want to just complain about the controls being like, bad, because it's basically Mr. Dungeon controls, so that's just like a preference thing. They're definitely like working like Mr. Dungeon controls. It's just that Mr. Dungeon controls really suck. So yeah, so let's complete this one dungeon. I'm not seeing a whole lot of different enemies, by the way, but whoops. There's no safety catches, by the way, apparently, so if you're getting attacked, you won't stop. Let's just get going to the staircase again and complete this level. Now let's go out of here. There's a goblin to wait for me. I think the enemies are getting a little tougher as we go along, so they are basically improving. And there's like, still slimes and stuff like that, so that's a thing. Eat up a little bit. I suppose the idea of this game would just be like, as far much experience as possible from the enemies at lower levels, and then like just progressively, slowly make your way, going forward as much as you can. There's another skeleton. Ouch, skeleton's hurt. Yeah, 154 experience. We're definitely getting a lot more experience for these guys at this level, so I can see the enemies basically in the areas I've basically already been in, I guess. That's very mystery dungeon, I guess, so... Yay, level 16. Goblin slimes and skeletons. I don't see a whole lot more than that for enemies, and unfortunately we're running out of places to look for them, so... Let's see what that spot over there is, I guess. What's here? Maybe it's some sort of glitch. Alright, I'm basically playing this level and, you know, I meant to just basically stop. So this is stop. That's basically Witch in a Dungeon. It's basically a mystery dungeon game, you know, for what it's worth. Not much more to say in that, so take care.